Gentlemen, boys and girls, here we go. Game number 2 of this series now. OG up 1-0 against Team Moriarty. And this best of 3. The MDL European coverage. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by Henry once again. We got a first pick coming out for Moriarty. We were talking about maybe the draft, a bit of the result from the first game. So Moriarty has the first pick this time, though. See what they do differently.
Yeah, notably Elder Titan span this time from OG. So you see how much they prioritize and value that hero themselves, banning it when it's first pick and first picking it when it's available for them.
5 seconds
I can see Naga coming out in here for either one of these teams, maybe OG. It's been left in this time. And there's the Sand King first pick for Moriarty. It doesn't show too much. Super good on 3 and 4. And generally just one of the strongest heroes of this patch right now.
Witch Doctor.
Let's see, Witch Doctor in response so far. A hero that Fly is definitely known for playing quite a bit. So
yeah, I mean, the resurgence of Witch Doctor has been crazy. I think initially it came back as a method to deal with Chen and Lycan with the Necronomicons and the Creeps because it gives additional stun time against them. And then people must have, I don't know about must have, but I think people did realize just how powerful Witch Doctor is and has been all this time, just been generally undervalued.
Well, they got him to go with the Beastmaster. That second spot for OG. So earlier on, Beastmaster pickup, the early S4 hero, Bane. Response now from Moriarty. So any specific reason on the Bane you think for one of those two heroes, or just a comfort thing perhaps for them?
I think it's just a pretty strong safe lane support against the Beastmaster. I don't know about man up, but it's able to stay in a lane for a very long amount of time because you obviously have Brain Sap, which is high damage and heals you. So that's generally the reason I see Bane is pretty strong here.
Okay. Also that Enfeeble spam, if you want to play that way, you can sit in the lane and just spam Enfeeble on the other hero. And specifically like the mid matchup in some cases, that can be really annoying. Have to deal with, so see if that comes out. Visage ban from Moriarty.
Yeah, they banned it in the second phase last time against OG. I think people are just tired of OG with the Visage. It's really, really strong. And there's the Wisp Beastmaster coming out again. We talked about the Beastmaster last game with the Wisp, but they ended up opting for the LC.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Jerax Wisp here.
By the way, guys, I see people even bringing up in chat still. So to kind of reiterate this, so yes, Liquid was not invited to this event as far as the invite teams or part of the European qualifiers. I did see there was on the Reddit post about it, an official response from MDL themselves. They did suggest that they did indeed invite them, but it was Liquid's decision not to attend the event for whatever reason, for scheduling purposes most likely. So just to be clear on why they're not in these qualifiers, let alone an invited team to the event. All right, so Lifestealer now, after the IO coming out.
Yeah, he's generally pretty strong against Beastmaster. I could see him, so far, we don't really know what direction they'll take the draft in, but I could see the Radiance build being possible, and he already has a good vehicle in Sand King for whichever build he ends up opting for.
So it's interesting, you mentioned he's perhaps pretty good against Beastmaster, but at the same time, it's one of those cases
where...
There's
the roar that goes through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He rages and he still gets hit by the roar if they want to use it for that purpose, so it's a give and take.
It's a little bit of a toss-up, but right now, even with a roar, they don't have much that's actually going to kill Lifestealer, particularly if he goes something like Solar Crest and the Radiance, or... I mean, even if he goes Armlet SNY, he's still pretty hard to kill thus far. They definitely need damage to supplement the Beastmaster roar, especially something through Rage, maybe. Outside of that...
Oh, gee, thinking of their position 1 and 2, most likely, of course, what they want to go with here. See what Matt ends up playing this time around. Played the Viper last game. Pretty solid performance from him. I mean, I guess, could Viper potentially be good this game as well?
It's okay. I don't think they're going to head that route. I think they're not going to go anything crazy like Invoker. I'm actually trying to think myself. I can just see a Puck come out here. It's a PL. Super good against Snakes. I think he's definitely going to have to go the Radiance build this time. And there's a Puck for Moriarty.
Solid response against the Phantom Lancer, and you can tell they were pretty confident with that one.
Yeah.
The Puck. more reason
I
to
think the
pick it.
silence is pretty strong here, and generally they have a safe lane that's
10 seconds
presumably
remaining.
pretty projectile based with the Lance and the Witch Doctor.
5
Stun,
seconds
fucking
remaining.
phase shift, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think this game it's almost certainly going to be something like either straight Radiance or Solar Crest Radiance or Radiant Solar Crest for the Lifestealer, just because you have the illusions, you want the evasion against PL, especially if he goes Diffusal Blade, and you also want the burn generally because it's going to make all the illusions miss. It's extremely strong, and accuracy doesn't really help illusions, so there's no real counterplay, particularly for a PL. You just kind of have to suffer through it.
So I guess the question is now, OG thinking about this because is Puck going to be mid? Is that going to be an offlane Puck? Do they need to ban a mid hero here? It could be annoying, so a couple of options to go through.
Yeah, I think that's why they're using so much reserve time. They only have 30 seconds left, kind of determining whether or not they are more concerned with the offlane Puck or the safe lane Puck. I think both are fine.
Dire team ban.
I think, like I said, I just think the fact that they have a safe lane that's so projectile focused leads me to believe that it's a good offlane Puck game.
Mm-hmm.
And generally, I think if you can get away with offlane Puck and have it succeed, it's better to have a Puck offlane just because, as far as game impact and contribution,
10 seconds
gold
remaining.
for gold, most mid laners are generally better off than Puck. He can do a
5
lot more with a lot less
seconds
gold
remaining.
than a mid laner would if they were in the offlane.
The ban Storm Spirit, again,
Dire
multiple
team
reasons.
pick.
Another great vehicle option for Lifestealer could have been. So, the ban Viper on the other side, so still fearing the Viper, the potential of it.
Yeah, seems like they definitely think this is a PL mid. Or a PL carry. I was actually thinking it could be a PL mid. They could go something kind of greedy here like Void. I think it works really well with their lineup.
10 seconds remaining.
I think it's pretty good against Lifestealer.
Yeah.
Maybe a
5
little too
seconds
slow,
remaining.
and the pacing might be pretty weird.
I will say, IO with the Beastmaster, of course, is a great combination. Again, we've seen it many of times, and very powerful, especially in the early laning phase. IO with the Phantom Lancer, though, is a little funky with the constant doppelgangers and running out of leash range and stuff. It could be annoying, so not maybe your most ideal core that you want to have with an IO, but not that that's the end of the world. So kind of leaning towards maybe OG's final pick is going to be another good candidate for a tether, perhaps. But
Timbersaw is a really great pick here. It's fantastic against Beastmaster and Wisp, both strength hero. And obviously it's excellent against the Illusion. I really like that pick. So I think they have to divert and get something pretty magic face. And also that
10 seconds
leads me to believe that
remaining.
Viper ban was pretty pre-planned for the Timber pick, just because Viper has the
5
break and the
seconds
magic
remaining.
damage, and generally is very good against Timber, particularly in lane.
Very true. All right, so not much time to go with, but they decide pretty quickly.
Choose your hero.
Yeah, I was about to say it could be an OD there faster than I could think. Generally, really good against strength heroes. You can Astral whoever Bane lifts, or Bane Nightmares, or I can't remember what his ult's called. Oh well, Brainfart.
Sanity's
Obviously excellent
Eclipse?
against Timbersaw. Yeah,
That's
no, Bane ult.
Oh, Bane, Fiend's Grip.
Yeah, Fiend's Grip. Yeah, you can Astral wherever he Fiend's Grip, so it's strong in that regard, and it's obviously excellent against Timbersaw. I actually was studying up on some Timbersaw replays, and I saw Moo building a lot of Halberd into OD on Timbersaw, and I tried it myself, and it worked really well. So it's pretty interested in that.
Yeah,
10
disarm and
seconds
evasion, obviously
remaining.
very, very good things to have against an OD. So
5
that item in
seconds
general, if you
remaining.
can get on any hero, really makes sense against such a hero like Outworld Devourer. Okay. Lineups are set, though. Again, game number 2. We got OG with a 1-0 lead so far going into the second game. But, yeah, players, as expected, on the appropriate heroes. No Tail going to be playing that Phantom Lancer. Yet another Illusion hero. It's just something about OG. It just always feels like they managed to at least get that one Illusion hero to be picked up, whether it's PL, terribly last game, the CK. Something to take advantage of there. Surprised we don't see more Shadow Demon from them. Illusion creation.
Yeah, I think Shadow Demon's kind of a tricky hero to run.
What are these numbers, by the way? This is a Dota Plus thing, I assume. Oh, no.
I don't know. I think it's like shards or something. Honestly, stuff. I'm a little simple-minded, so stuff's a little too
Prepare
complicated
for
for me.
battle.
I'm not good at math, and then they add all these different things. It's too much for me.
I agree.
I'd rather they just make the game simple. It's too hard of a game already, and they're adding stuff on top.
How dare
I was reading I was all in the Reddit thread. They said this was pay to win. I was supposed to be so much smarter. I feel dumber, honestly, watching all this stuff. So it might just be me, though.
Well, maybe over time it'll soak in, but yeah, right now I'm definitely intimidated myself. Okay, Timbersaw. He's gonna end up in the top lane for now, though. Up here, Bane also scouting out. They mentioned Timbersaw definitely a candidate this game for Moriarty. They really need him to have a good game because he's setting up to be a good matchup here across the board. What is this Radiant side for the most part, at least? And right now they're sending Lifestealer to the bottom lane with the Sand King. Almost like a 2-1-2 setup they got going. Okay. So aggressive lane Lifestealer. You think they're gonna stick with this, or is this more of like, are they expecting OG to do something that maybe they're not?
I think it's more about the fact that they have to dodge the Beastmaster Wisp, I believe. That's the biggest thing for me. They'd rather just generally avoid that with the Lifestealer at all costs.
Yeah.
I think Timbersaw is pretty dang strong against Beastmaster, so I think that's the other thing. He doesn't really care.
This is a missed block, right? There's no reason why you'd want to have a melee creep up front like this in the middle lane. Was that on purpose, perhaps? Because it's going to be killed off quickly. Oh, he actually got the deny. Nice.
Yeah, he got the deny. There's a lot of small meta mind game things that happen in the mid lane. I mean, it's really just down to player preference. He could be trying to do what happened here, which is to get the double wave going. Right. So he hits level 3 first, but level 2 second. I don't know. There's all sorts of... You never know what's going to happen inside the mind of a mid player.
Bottom lane, Sand King, he's setting up as if they maybe want to make a play, but it's, Lifestealer teammate, especially with Feast right now. Not much that you can do with that. So he's almost there as a safety net, perhaps, in case something happens to the Lifestealer. But Bane, I was wondering where he was. He's going to ward up between the towers here, hoping for a courier snipe, and the courier is coming now. So if he's patient, yep, he's going to be seen. So never mind. God, if he was like 5 more seconds patient, that's probably a courier snipe. But you see him going over here now, and he's going to check out Io, who Jarex, by the way, yeah, he's doing some jungle Io. A little bit different than we saw the last game. As bottom lane, Illusionist is in trouble. Burrow striked away initially. Out comes the Spirit Lance, though, and that's a free kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. I think Wisp realizes that they can't do what the Beastmaster Wisp combo sometimes does, which is just run over lanes, just because it's a Timbersaw. And they're not going to get the tower super early just because it's a Timbersaw. So maybe he's trying to focus on giving Beastmaster his own levels and getting some levels himself, perhaps.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, Bane right there. I thought he for sure was going to block that stack camp attempt from Io, but decides not to. So gets a nice stack right there. But yeah, Jarex, he's running away from Bane right now. Obviously, he doesn't have his tether yet. He's still level 1. Just has those orbs flying around, the spirits. And Flash, is he overcommitting? Those axes, Brain Sap, heals him up a little bit, but now he's going to be blocked. He has a creep wave here attacking him. Here comes Timbersaw, though. That should scare them off. Another wild axis. He needs the mana. Doesn't have enough mana for it. He's trying to run him down. One more auto attack. He's got it. There you go. Good chase from S4 right there. Yeah, Bane going a little bit too deep to harass the Io. So well played. Tether is now online for Jarex in case as well. Obviously, he has the bottle. Currently no charges on it, though. So I'm going to have to wait another minute before those bounty runes come back up. Messing with the timing a little bit. How's the middle matchup going, though? Puck versus OD. Puck 17-3, OD 10-0. Puck's winning.
It's definitely a Puck favored matchup.
Oh.
Just because you can fake out the animation for the lift, the Astral Imprisonment multiple times with Silence and then with Phase Shift. Fake him out 2-3 times, and also you can just, if he goes Arcane Orb build, you can just Phase Shift it, and you start with more damage. I mean, there's lots of different reasons it's Puck favored.
I'm going to assume Io did that on purpose, because he had no bottle charges. There's still another minute before the bounty rune. I mean, maybe, but
I definitely can. He bought out, so he did it on purpose for sure. He bought a bunch of Fairy Fires, which is typically what you do on Io.
Okay.
When you're I don't even know how to explain it when you just want the cheapest, most cost-effective HP item to make small exchanges for.
He's heading towards the top lane currently. No, he's just going to do another stack for a minute. No, well played. Has the bounty rune here now, so yeah, we'll see what kind of progress Io can make now with these stacks to work with. And the orbs. Bottom lane, Phantom Lancer. Of course, No-Tail's having a great time, 23 and 4. Down here, I was wondering if Bane, if he's maybe going to go that Enfeeble, but of course against Phantom Lancer, you can doppelganger it off at least. So, nope, he decided not to.
Are scanning.
Has a Nightmare level 2 instead. OD, he scanned. He knows somebody was there. Sand King was coming in with the invis. He scanned him, though, for a split second, so. Sand King not going to risk going further. Puck going pretty deep right here. This could bite him in the
There's a
ass.
rotation behind him. His orb is going to be up in a second, though. They have no Astral disabled.
Matt is in trouble himself. He gets very low right there, so he's trying to bait him. But Ataki doing a good job avoiding that roam. He's wasting a lot of time from the Radiant side. Seems very effective.
Just, realized the lane wasn't going to push in. He's 1 creep from 6. It's actually kind of unfortunate. If he was 6, he may have definitely killed OG or 7 Mad.
Yeah. Could have potentially been that, but Beastmaster instead heads back towards the top lane. Again, a little bit of time wasted. He's got phase boost though, but somebody we really haven't touched on just yet is that Timbersaw, and no surprise, he's doing very well. Any reason to believe that it's just going to be a Bloodstone ASAP on Timbersaw?
I think actually I would definitely not like him to go Bloodstone ASAP. I would very much prefer for him to go something like
Runes go dark.
Wow, that was a little crazy.
That was a Dream Coil used right there. You mentioned he wasn't level 6 before. He is level now and manages to get that kill. Top lane, by the way, Timbersaw, he's beyond the tower. He's going toe-to-toe with Jerax. Oh, he missed the Chakram, actually, initially right there.
Radiant's top tower.
He's going to link to the tree nearby and try to continue to run. Picks up the bounty rune as he's running. 6-minute bounty rune, another Timber Chain, and it should be good. S4, he wants the other bounty rune. He's not going to get it.
I'm almost certain it's going to be something like a Solar Crest or Halberd or one of those kind of utility items on Timbersaw. I'm not too fond of the Yules here. So I'm looking more towards the Solar Crest or the Halberd for him before the Bloodstone. Perhaps like one piece of the Bloodstone and then one of those.
Okay. S4, he's trying to live right here. Has the tether save initially. The Timber Chain's not going to connect, and now the turn kill on a Timbersaw as the Maledict is up. And Timbersaw is indeed going to go down. So great save from Jerax. And the supports in general with Fly rotating in as well. Pretty prime time for them. So Timbersaw going down. That's key for OG right there, because Timbersaw, if he gets that kill and gets out, obviously a much different story.
Yeah, I think the biggest factor there is S4's phase boots. If S4 had brown boots, he almost certainly dies there. Timbersaw missed 1 or 2 spells there. And generally just overextended. It's unfortunate, but it was a decent try.
Overall net worth, though, in fact, the top 3 farmers in the game, well, it's going to bounce in a little bit, but, I mean, Puck is continuing to do very well. Then you even have Lifestealer, another hero that, again, we really haven't talked too much about just yet. But he's also having a great game, and sure enough, we see that Radiance queue up. And he talked about that in the draft and how good this could be this game, so like to see that, I assume. The Radiance choice.
Yeah, I think they've laned very, very well. They've drafted and laned pretty well, impressively well.
This Puck, what does Puck go for with his start?
I think it's a really good Veil game, especially if Lifestealer goes Radiance, which he is. Amplifying that, and then giving you a lot more kill potential quickly, putting illusions more quickly. It's a Roar on top.
Yeah, hearing that going off. The Maledict, oh, it's going to be stopped with the tree. The Timber Chain right there. I don't know the name anyways. They get the turn going to Io. Now Saberlight is just standing his ground, man. Yeah, Maledict level 2, so not dealing the most damage, and they do kill him as well. In fact, bottom lane, meanwhile, they get the kill on a flash, but at what cost for Phantom Lancer? Doppelganger, he's going to go onto the cliff here.
You know which one's everyone.
He's good for now. Illusory Orb in 1 second. Yep, he's going to get it. Auto attack, the one to use. Trying everything he can to stay alive, not going to be enough. Sand King was picked off over here, meanwhile. Level 3 Sand King, wow. It's picked up by Beastmaster, so all over the map we got action. But yeah, that turn, I mean, that's Timbersaw, though, in a nutshell. At that level 4 reactive armor, you better have the upfront burst or else he'll do that. And turn it on you. Not enough magic damage. Coming out from the Radiant side, so Team Moriarty continuing to feel pretty good. As Puck, it is going to be the Veil pickup. So you're just talking about that and how it makes a lot of sense this game, and it looks like Puck agrees. As Lifestealer, he's got 1,600 gold saved up. So yeah, the thing with Lifestealer, though, is I understand the idea of the Radiance and how you're stressing it's actually going to be a good pickup for him this game, potentially. Is it best to rush, though, like this? Because he's essentially going phase boots into a Radiance.
Me personally, I definitely like the Solar Crest build. So, I think it comes down to personal preference. We'll see what kind of happens.
Okay.
That's my honest answer. I definitely don't like it. But I mean, I do like the build in general, but I like having the general utility and integration from something like a Solar Crest beforehand.
Exactly. Obviously not going to have S.
Even another Halberd.
Oh, this Drink Coil. 3-man Drink Coil in the middle lane, by the way. Going for a turn. Another TP in this one from the Timbersaw. The shotgun cleanup. They kill the Witch Doctor. LA is banished as he's put under Matt. He's going to go for the TP out, and it actually will be successful, so he gets away, but they lose 2. That Drink Coil was huge from Mintaki. Gets a turn, and Timbersaw, of course, helping to clean up in the long run. And now pushing the middle tower. This is a pretty comfortable start for Team Moriarty right now. Gotta say, they have a 3,000 net worth lead as the tower top does get denied by OG at least, but Moriarty's got something going for them.
Radiant's middle tower is under
As
attack.
Bane, he's dead. So Bane, not so much.
Just is going to relocate, use it. That's the problem with heroes like Bane, is they're all single target. Once Peel's on top of you, kind of loses you. Are out of options, so you better plan for that.
Radiant's middle tower
No
is
tell,
under
no
attack.
surprise. He's going the Diffusal Blade. ASAP here.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Just,
attack.
as always, a fantastic item to have on Phantom Lancer. So, of course, that's kind of a, I don't want to say like a timing, but it's a mark that OG, once he has that, maybe you see Phantom Lancer get a little bit more involved. But I mean, hell, he's 3-1-0. Like, he's pinned getting kills.
Yeah, I think it'd be very good to get the Diffusal Blade while Lifesteal's just farming and doesn't really have any hold invested in anything. And then fight.
IO.
He's definitely done.
Yeah, he slept tether. He's got it. Got the tether all away. The open wounds, though, slowing him down. Just barely have the Timber Chain missing. And Jerix is good for now. Another
Should still definitely kill him.
tether in a couple seconds.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's going to get it off. Yeah, he's good. He's going to tether again, and he will survive. He avoids the chakra.
Not many people would pick up on that, but S4 did it twice. He killed the trees with the axes to save the wisp that Timbersaw was trying to change to.
Mad's going to die to the chakra. That was a great attempt from S4 right there, mentioning a couple of big plays, trying to save his teammates. This time it's not enough, though. And now Fly, he's definitely going down. He's been a distraction going the other way, so screw it, I might as well run the other direction. And so the long run, actually, Moriarty, that does work out pretty well, despite not getting the initial kill.
Odie's having a tough time. Looks like it's straight Bloodstone for Timbersaw.
Okay. I mean, with the pace of this game right now, he's accelerating quite a bit. So, as you just said, too.
He doesn't have to be fearful of OD.
Exactly.
I mean, OD's not doing any... I don't want to say not doing anything, but he's not on track. He's actually 6th. Or no, 5th in net worth.
Dire's bottom tower.
Oh, yeah. Right now he's 6th.
6th.
Number
Yeah,
6.
6th. That's not where you want your OD.
No.
He's nearly half of Puck's net worth.
Yeah, not the most successful game for Matt. And you also look at what he's going first. Rod of Atos.
I mean, it's definitely great against Puck and Sand King, and even Timbersaw, because they can't use their escape spells. So, I definitely see value in that.
Silence.
That's all I can say. So I see value in it in terms of what he wants. I can definitely 100% see what he wants. Puck is caught out Fly.
Yeah, he has, and that's a kill. But kind of going to that a little bit more, it does feel like if he's having great farm from the beginning and looking pretty good, I don't know if he goes to side him, right? It's more of like I'm making the best of the circumstance item, is what it feels like.
I think he knows he needs stats and survivability. That's kind of what that offers, but it also offers the supreme utility of not allowing Puck to phase shift or sinking the Burrow Strike.
And while this is, again, the biggest thing to keep in mind is whether you agree or not on the Life Stealer choice to go right into a Radiance, honestly, his team's doing great around him, and at this rate, he's going to have a Radiance. Pretty good timing.
He will.
Like, he's almost got the Sacred Relic, 3,500 gold saved up. Now, as I say this, OG's setting up for a possible kill.
Yeah, they have Solar Crest on S4 and Diffusal on No Tail. They could easily kill Lifestealer if he's not careful. He's making me nervous with all that standing mid taunting.
He's also buying time for his teammates to come in. It's almost like the dire side knew this was happening. In fact, Drinkwell does catch 3 heroes from Aurora. In response, though, Puck, he's going to be nightmared up, saving some damage, actually. And Akati, he's going to survive for now. Goes for the phase shift, now looking to lose Aurora forward. Phantom Lancer, he's locked up by the Fiend's Grip the whole time. What a play from Moriarty as a team. And they get the kill on a Phantom Lancer. The IO, he went for the relocate. Realized it was too late, though. He relocated basically nowhere. And Jerax, he's definitely dead, unless he can tether to a teammate as he relocates back. Not gonna. They just kill him even before.
Guy is also gonna get chased. The greatest.
Oh yeah, up here, Lifestealer just running after him the whole time. Honestly, that was great coordination from Moriarty as a team. And that Fiend's Grip doing work in the fight too. He locked down the Phantom Lancer that whole time. So 3,000 net worth lead. The Radiance is just about finished now as he has the Sacred Relic being delivered. OG, it's I can't say I saw myself about to mention this going into the series, but they should feel pretty scared. I feel like what's their comeback mechanic now? Would you say, like, how do they calm it down?
I think it's predicated a lot on slowing down the pace, getting Mad some time. He really needs time. I think he desperately needs a BKB, and getting pickoffs, particularly with the Wisp Beastmaster.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, you see Saberlight's just going to push bottom with impunity at this point, and maybe play there for the whole rest of this mid-game.
Well, I mean, Wall gets picked up over here. Io's also in trouble. Tether.
They're just hemorrhaging kills.
Yep. He's going to TP out, though, at least.
Yeah, barely lived.
Oh, whoa. That was
got
over
a kill.
here.
That was the Roar used with the Solar Crest.
Okay.
And
there you go.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Got that
attack.
damage recap.
Dire's top tower
So
is under
Beastmaster
attack.
and Phantom Lancer
Radiant structures are fortified.
catching them out, and now they're going to kill the top tier 1 tower as well. So OG, that's the beginning of at least calming it down, of course. So the Radiant's still going to be delayed. In fact, Illusionist, he missed the initial stun, and as a result, the hammer comes down from the heavens. However, Mad is now being in trouble as he's trying to run away. He got the tether up from Jerax, though, relocating in. He has to relocate it back out about 8 seconds, but plenty of support nearby. Phantom Lancer including here. They get the kill onto the Timbersaw. They're going to take out Puck. What on earth just happened? Oh, man, a pause even after the fact from Moriarty, but OG, what a response.
Yeah, some sloppiness, I think, came out there. And it bit them.
Huh. Phantom Lancer, you also saw the Diffusal Blade and the impact of that in the fight.
Yeah, it's massive.
Where's Timbersaw here? Let's look at the death summary. Something tells me, yeah, the damage from PL, it's pretty good. It was actually pretty average compared to OD did the most damage, of course, against him right there. What about Puck? Yeah, same thing. It's going to split between OD and the Phantom Lance. Oh, OD is actually overall, yeah, he wrecked those so much for OD not being that useful right now. he dealt some great damage right there, actually. Both of those heroes. Again, Arcane Orb will do that. And he has his Rod of Atos finished, of course.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have the BKB maybe 5-10 minutes. It's a little bit about holding out. But also, when this Radiance comes on, I hope they, for Lifestealer, I hope they really utilize that and pick up the pace and actually bring him into the fold in terms of, it's really just been Puck and Timbersaw.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think they pretty much unnecessarily forced things mid. I think Timbersaw was pretty safe bottom, particularly with Sand King sitting behind him to just pressure that lane over and over again. I think rotating out of that to force a fight middle while Nate's was dead and working on his 5,000 gold item was a mistake.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, though, either. The Bloodstone just recently finished on Timbersaw. It's now down to 9 charges.
This is my worry with, like, Bloodstone Rush is... I feel like Bloodstone's an amazing item on Timbersaw once you take care of your means for dying. So very often you'll see Timbersaws go, I don't know, Hood first and then Bloodstone. But in this game, Hood is really not going to do much because you're dying to pure damage from OD for the most part. And Solar Crest plus Diffusal Blade, which is all physical damage, and minus armor.
Yeah.
So that's why I would really prefer an evasion item for him, like Solar Crest or Halberd before that, or in between. But either way, I think that death stemmed more from
Dire's top tower is
just
under
a bad
attack.
team choice.
The positioning and everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Blink Dagger finished on Phantom Lancer, by the way, as a follow-up to his Diffusal, so that mobility that much stronger now.
Dire's top tower
I think it's
is
really
under
strong.
attack.
I'm not 100% sure he bought it to get on top of Bane and kill Bane really fast, but it definitely will allow him to do that.
Okay. One of the
Pretty interesting he chooses
multi-purposes.
to go Blink into a Radiance.
That's true, actually. That's a good point. Puck, ooh. S4, he's channeling up that Primal Roar, but now a lot of TPs. S4 realizing this is a lost cause, has to get out. They are. S4, he turns around, gets the puck with the Primal Roar right there. Out comes the Epicenter. The Dream Coil, he can't take that snap or else he will die for sure. He does die in the end. Timber chaining away. Meanwhile, Matt is here. Sanity's Eclipse not up for another 20 seconds, but it just doesn't matter. Feels like, oh, maybe it does. The Fiend's good blocking out OD. Yeah, Phantom Lancer running after the Lifestealer in the back lines, so they lose OD, and now Notel realizing what's happened. He's lost his teammates around. A great nightmare on Bane himself, keeping himself alive at the time being. They're gonna kill the Phantom Lancer, and Bane stayed alive as a result. Very good reaction once again from Moriarty, and OG still flying away. In fact, Fly and Jerax, the two supports trying to survive.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
The
attack.
Lifestealer sitting on top of them with that Radiance. Illusory Orb gonna catch up to them. It feels like they have so much of a gap closer here. Jerax TP is not gonna work. At least Witch Doctor lived, I guess. Moriarty, again OG, fighting off a little bit too much that they could chew. Going back to that saying.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Definitely the case right there. You could tell as soon as that puck initiation wasn't going to work, they needed to get back.
Yeah, but I think you can tell once OD has BKB, it's going to dynamically change, I think.
Is it though?
But I do want to... I mean...
Because Fiend's Grip still
especially
locks
in
him
terms
down.
Yeah, but you have I think that's the biggest reason why they went Blink on PL.
Okay.
And they also can relocate out if he's Fiend Script and actually dying.
Yeah, that's fair. And then, of course, if he gets the BKB off, then the damage won't necessarily be as intense.
Yeah, I mean, they have practically zero physical damage, especially since Nakes went Radiance, obviously.
True.
But he is going to Solar Crest, so... Just choosing to get it after the Radiance. Yeah. Faster Radiance. I actually ended up definitely liking the way he did it. I was pretty worried about it, but...
This way was riskier, for sure. But it's kind of worked out because of how the game's played.
Yeah, it definitely worked out with the pace they were playing at and how much space was
Dire
made for him.
are scanning.
And you see Timbersaw now. He's back up to 13 charges on that Bloodstone, so basically almost made up for the death earlier. OG, though.
OG with the smoke. They're not going to find anyone there, though.
Oh, maybe go back for Puck. That's hard. Yeah, Puck's going to get the mid-creep wave.
They're going to see Bane with the Hawk any second. Maybe.
Bane goes the other direction.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Not so much.
They're going to smoke themselves? Yeah, they are. Timbersaw immediately broke it, though. Hawk is infested.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Decent vehicle.
Pushing
Radiant's
tier 2
bottom
top.
tower is under
But as you
attack.
mentioned, Puck's infested nearby. They're going to at least catch Witch Doctor, it looks like, down here. So Infest Bomb not used just yet, but maybe soon. As a Trinkle hits multiple heroes, OG wants to fight this. Is that the best decision? Sending to the Eclipse is ready. They take out Sand King, but OD's going to be locked in and gets backed up by something right there. Matt's still trying to run. Going to put under on Lifestealer, but now Puck's sitting on top. Throws out the Sending Eclipse. That's screwed. I might as well do some damage as I go down, but they do lose the OD. They lose the IO. Meanwhile, Bane is picked off by Phantom Lancer. But again, another victory of a fight for Team Moriarty. As it's a 4-for-2 overall, apparently. Wait, no.
He's going Vanguard.
On who? Oh, Phantom Lancer.
Lancer.
What the hell? That into
I remember
Abyssal Blade? No, he's going to swap
it's
now.
pretty deep.
A prize.
Okay, yeah. I was like trying to come up with something. The damage block works, but your illusions are dying to AoE magic damage, so I was really confused.
Yeah.
Double
No,
damage.
no, no. Like I said, maybe that into the eventual Abyssal Blade, but yeah, it's going to go the Eye of Scotty. A little more traditional.
Yeah, it's pretty good against Nakes and Timbersaw just keeps them still essentially and allows OD to kill everyone.
That's the idea, at least. Because for right now, but you keep going back to, I mean, the BKB sure will make all the difference, but man, he still doesn't have it. All these fights that keep taking place. And maybe that's to OG, to blame on OG, right? Where they were looking for another fight right there. I mean, they were pushing tier 2 pretty aggressive without the BKB finish yet on OD.
Yeah. I think they still just feel prompted to... I mean, they smoked and then they tried to map control the top area and then they got counter-smoked. And I think what happened was they were relying on the Hawk for vision and the Moriarty smoked right through it.
Yeah.
So they felt a little overconfident in that sense.
Infest Bomb again. They're going to jump out. Not the greatest Infest placement. But actually, Beastmaster, oh man, the Shadow Blade keeping him alive. The tether up. He's going to heal up for now. Fly, he'll get picked up. Plays a distraction. S4 though. That Shadow Blade MVP manages to keep him alive. And again, I think the Infest Bomb actually missed. The relocate out as well from IO. That was actually to go back, so.
It's actually a good place to drag them though, because they can just go take the tower pretty conveniently. Sand King's already TB back into the trees. Looking for some kind of setup on mid. He actually has it too if he wants it. Oh, No-Tail Smart destroys all the trees. Oh no!
Oh.
He blinked under the illusions. You know what happened? I bet he shifted through that, and so he couldn't post-reverse it and react. I think that's definitely a mistake.
But No-Tail, he's still in trouble. He's going to get caught. In fact, he's sitting on 4,000 gold, by the way. Can he get some kind of juke here? Doppelganger in 1 second. Here we go. Can he maybe distract him with an illusion? He's making it seem like that's a fake one, but they're not falling for it.
Nice. They get him anyways. It was all... He was celebrating by ulting the illusions. That's what it was. It was an early celebration.
The initial taunt.
It looks like Timbersaw is going... Yeah, it looks like Timbersaw is going to Halberd after all, which I'm very, very happy about.
Yeah. Again, Halberd, just anyone getting a Halberd against an OD is just always going to be strong.
Anyone. Puck coming out with a Halberd.
There you go. Yeah, no, I like it. Speaking of that, though, the Talisman just got killed on the Courier. Not even sure where that died, but... So, Halberd will be delayed 2.5 minutes or so on the Timbersaw. Pretty important. And OD does have a BKB now finished.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
A little more comfortable now, perhaps, in getting involved in these fights.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm just hoping they don't take this fight while this Halberd's on the dead courier.
Yeah, it's a pretty significant item. Best to avoid until that, it sounds like.
Seems like they're having fun, though. They're spam pinging each other and saying, interesting, haha, in the chat commands.
Oh, relocate.
Coming out.
Bottom lane.
Great stun blink, but they get the Atos.
But not really the most follow-up damage. So the idea was
Puck come down with Infest on him.
They're going to relocate back to the middle lane, it looks like. So again, the rest of OG making sure to get out.
Come on, Fly. Run for it.
He's good. He's got those tranquils. He's good. So yeah, he makes it out. Puck, by the way, we talked about the Veil choice, but the Lincoln's follow-up. Didn't really mention yet. So he chooses to get.
It's super, yeah, I really agree with it. It's super good against the Beastmaster. It's the only real way of dying is single target disable.
The Infest Bomb, not necessarily hitting once again, but it does get him out to do some damage. Meanwhile, in response, Timbersaw, the Sanity's Eclipse, as well as the Illusion sitting on top, and then they kill Timbersaw off to the side. They also pick up the Lifestealer, went a little bit too deep, so the coordination this time around for Moriarty not as clean, and OG capitalizes. Flash on the Bane, he too is going to be run down. They lost the Beastmaster, but oh, here we go. The Epicenter from Illusionist gets a couple more killed. Both the supporting cast, however, the cores are here in Phantom Lancer and OD. Puck wants to chase with the Sand King. Timbersaw is back up, although he's not necessarily here for the fight. Ooh, they are going to catch Phantom Lancer for the time being. Phantom Lancer dropping the Lucifer burst. It's not enough just yet. Daddy No-Tail, while the Illusion's spawning. And the rear one sticking back. Is Puck going to go back in for this? I don't see he's over here. Doesn't look like it.
Well right now.
Top tower
He's going to drink well. They're going to go for the lockdown on OD, actually. And sure enough, with Timbersaw now here especially, that is going to be a kill. So Phantom Lancer managed to escape, but not OD.
Puck had a last-second save on Sand King with the Lincolns, the very last millisecond, to save him. Really well fought by Moriarty. I just feel so bad for this Timbersaw because if he had the evasion from the halberd and the actual halberd on OD, the evasion not only would evade the attacks, but it also gives a bunch of evasion for Witch Doctor ult unless he has Aghanims. And he just stood there, I don't know, feeling so bad about himself, getting the courier kill, not having his halberd. Honestly, it's a Shakespeare tragic story.
Of course.
I really feel for him.
But as all Shakespeare tragedies, redemption is here. For Timber.
Does that happen? I've never read Shakespeare in my life.
No, it's never. That's not actually a thing. Yeah, it's just always. Just
I don't remember that part of Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, part 2. Timbersaw, he gets the halberd though, finally, and you gotta again figure that's gonna be much different now as far as the upcoming fight goes. For his sake, at least. What are we doing on levels, by the way? Almost level 20 on several heroes. So, of course, things like Phantom Lancer just about there. It's going to be the first one, it looks like. Aegis, or more so Roshan, I was going to say, he hasn't been done just yet. And the Dire team is looking at him now.
Scotty, or MKB is the choice for PL. Accuracy won't go to his illusions, but, I mean, it will allow him to hit through the halberd and through the evasion from the Radiance and the Solar Crest, so I can see it almost being necessary. Typically, you'll see more of the blood thrown out if seals are going to go that direction because that will actually propagate for all the illusions. And obviously is more damage. So kind of curious.
Sand King hoping to randomly smoke somebody there, or dust somebody I should say, but not the case. Whoa, when the Macklans fly. Okay, that's an Infest Bomb. They jump him. They're going for OD now. OD, Astral Imprisonment. It's not going to be. Oh, the relocate will be enough, though. Again, Jarek's pretty clutch with that. He's going to be coming back in, so maybe they will. Illusionist off to the side. It gets caught by a Spirit Lance. Having to get back in. There's Io going back in with the OD. Is that the best play, though? Right on top of a Chakram. Jarex is trying to run, so miscommunication for Fiend's Grip, blocking out OD. Oh no! By himself, the BKB, as we mentioned, it is still up, but it's going to wear off right after the fact. Oh, OG was on a different page there, no doubt. Yeah, why he relocated back in the OD was...
He was trying to cancel the Bane ult, but he forgot that that's not the place that you want to take him.
Well, that's going to be a mid-tier 2 now. Again, very well played by Moriarty. Capitalize on that. And you see the other hero, I mean Phantom Lancer specifically, at least he's split pushing in the meantime for OG's sake, but is this is at least tier 3. Possibly the racks on top of that. OD is going to even buy back for this, so here we go.
Halberd's in his backpack. Please stop it, Saberlight.
Oh no, you're right, he does have a TP right now in his inventory. As they're going to get OD though, this would be a dieback. This is huge. Are they going to be able to kill him after the fact? Absolutely. He's dead for 65 seconds. Phantom Lancer's not even here during all this time. He's busy at the top lane, and I don't know if his TP was stopped. It looks like it was. Yeah, Sand King must have stopped it. Oh, Moriarty. What clutch plays across the board. They're going to get the middle melee racks. And now they're going for bottom tier 3.
No roar. I don't know how you even stop this.
They really can't. Relocate where?
Bottom. Oh. Take the tower.
Okay, so get an objective at least, but they basically concede it. Yeah, that's tier 3 dead for sure, as well as the racks. Bottom lane. Phantom Lancer is just now getting here. Oh, the illusion's dead just like that. And Feeble's even put on him. So there goes the melee Rex bottom lane. Now here we go. Initiation from the Radiant side. Timbersaw is dropping. Nightmare initially is getting a little bit of damage, but not nearly enough. So they killed Timbersaw. Bane is going to be able to get out, however. And that's the end of it. So clearly mission accomplished from Team Moriarty. With that push right there. And now we have an 11,000 net worth lead on top of all the racks being killed. And this isn't necessarily a team that's like, oh well, they were all early game, they're going to start dropping off. It feels like Moriarty definitely can just continue to scale, specifically with the Lifestealer. You know what he can do, and Puck's always a dangerous one as well. In fact, he has a day gun now finished.
Radiant are scanning.
As far as heavy magic burst goes, so.
Yeah, I think he's itemized amazingly this game. In general, we played really well on Puck. So I'm pretty impressed with that. I think he's definitely the driving force behind this game so far.
Roshan again, this 32.5 minutes in. Still the first Roshan has not been done yet. Not for lack of effort. Both teams are constantly in the area. Oh, that would have been something. The illusion right there. There you see the speed of the illusion by the way. Oh, Lifestealer! Yeah, big time right there. The jump out with the Infest again. Not the greatest coordination. However, the F10 on the back lines. Well, nope, the OD pops his BKB. He's going for the auto attacks. But again, the Fiend's Grip locking him down. Pretty good duration. Eventually does get canceled as the silence comes up onto him, but they lose the Witch Doctor. Sanity's Eclipse going down. Saberlight, though, he's fine. He's looking to go back in. They are going to lose Bane in the midst of the fight. The Chakram is sitting on top of multiple heroes as Timbersaw will barely chain away. They kill the Phantom Lancer, and Timbersaw manages to survive throughout it. Now OD focusing the attention onto him. Double kill for Lifestealer. Jarex could not save him in time. No tether ready. He too goes down. So close in so many cases there, it felt like. And are they going to clean up here? Yep.
Yep, that's a wipe.
That's a complete wipe at Moriarty. This is on the verge of forcing a game 3.
PL has buyback. OD has none. Risk PL only to buyback. No on Beastmaster.
That tier 2 tower, top lane. It's definitely going to fall here. And there's that buyback from PL, so it's already a bit of a victory, of course, for Moriarty as they get a core buyback on the Phantom Lancer. Puck taking a little bit of damage with the Diffusal. He's good to go, though, as Timbersaw keeping them occupied as well. Has that Lotus Orb, if need be. Oh, Lifestealer. He's just really diving. Secures the kill on a Witch Doctor as well. He jumps inside Puck, and now they're going for the turn kill on to pick it into. Again, the Infest Bomb misses, but it just doesn't matter, man. They're going to kill Phantom Lancer. Isle doing everything he can to save him. It's not enough, though. No buyback. GGs are called. Moriarty will take game number 2. We're going to game 3.
I think the biggest thing was that Timbersaw pick threw them a big curveball. That and the Puck, the OD was kind of a big wash. I think he played very, very well on the Puck and kind of crushed his lane. And at one point, it was like, what, 6,400 to 3,300 net worth difference?
Yeah. That was a bit of a lead there for OG, but in the end, Moriarty, it's a day of a bit of a comebacks here and there that we do have throughout it. But yeah, the Timbersaw pick, clearly an issue. Look at the damage, man, that chakra. That's not one of the other things with Dota Plus here. I get this damage breakdown chart at the end. I feel like I'm like trying to go sell out for Dota Plus. I swear I get nothing out of it, but it's just kind of cool. Cool breakdown stuff. But yeah, the Radiance choice clearly paid off as well for Lifestealer. Yeah. Another thing. God, look at that. The Radiance burn damage was 7,800 damage throughout that game. That's more damage than like Timbersaw did on any of his abilities, let alone Puck just about. So yeah, Radiance burn, you got to respect that. That's quite a bit.
Yeah, especially because they had no pipe or anything like that.
Yeah.
In fact, neither team had any pipe, which is kind of incredible when you think about that. Timbersaw didn't care to buy any magic resistance whatsoever.
All right, game number 2 in the books. We got a game number 3. OG versus Team Moriarty. The winner advances on to play Singularity. Later today, the loser will drop down to that loser's bracket. This is Group A action here for the MDL Major Qualifiers. Who would have thought? Open qualifier team that is Team Moriarty. Looking good, though. Definitely deserving. They force a game 3 against OG. Stay tuned, guys. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by Henry. We'll be right back with game number 3 coverage.